love letter. How time quickly flies by still remains an amazement to my heart as my eyes sit the audience to this pain in play. Now you say it, now you don't, just like a game of Peaky Blinders. By the way, did you ever watch this flick? A flick is a movie or series, at least we used to call them so back in the days. I honestly don't know what they are called these days, even more with the advent of Netflix, MovieMax, and many other motion picture providers. At least, Netflix still maintain the flick spot in their nomenclature. Don't you also, my tender beloved beauty, find it fascinating how the sun boldly rises by dawn and yet, in a swift twist, shyly sets over the golden western horizon? Speaking of sunsets and rises, I am yet to decide which one of the two fascinates me the most. The sunrise, always, especially through the open windows, reminds me of the Almighty's unwarranted, sufficient grace, while the sunsets, these fill me up with all the memories we have shared in the short span of our beautiful, blessed lives. With this in mind, it hence becomes an almost impossibility to pick which one supersedes the other in beauty. It is more like picking from a physical perspective, that is, between what is more alluring, given your soft, lush lips or your ocean-like depth of eyes to look at. You see, your lush, full lips are nothing but a flood of comfort, both in pain and in pleasure. And still, the calm in your eyes has always and will always play as a brake to the storms that could threaten to crush anyone's life in progress. So, to these comparisons, will I always be left with no choice to pick from but to remain binarily fused? Nor as the sun thus hovers above the sky shyly, being curtained off by the overhanging heavy cotton clouds, and with that, not giving up hence, does its mellow heat caress the hairs of my arms, reminding me that time is nothing but the illusion in our minds. With this, do I know that we may not afford to peg everything we do or even have on time, but instead, we must learn to cherish every moment breath allows us, for in these moments is true living achieved. Before this illusion hence gets the grip of us and we find nothing left to grasp onto, allow me to say, blessed days and pleasant nights. Blessed days will I always wish you, no matter what time or place in space we find ourselves in, for it is all set in the spin of our planet against the backdrop of that beautiful galactic star, the sun. No matter hence the time illusion to us and whether we have much of it left, or in their extreme yet inevitable instance, little to none at all, my sincere prayer with the grace of our Almighty Father is that this letter finds you well, and also that in the moment it gets to you, you will learn to see it as the only gift and treasure availed to you, the present. With this truth in my heart, that the only and most precious gift I have is this moment I have taken to write you this love letter. I am taken to remember our earlier years, years in which the world was nothing but black and white before us, when we crawled and laughed at the slightest tickle our dads or moms gave us, when playing with and eating dirt was more pleasurable than riding the toy ponies at a circus. Before we learned to walk, and with our vision more upright, did we discover the more grey areas of existence. Before we learned to go to school and realize these or those kids came from rich or poor backgrounds, or this person was more attractive than the next. Before we grew wiser through luck and later realized that appearances were just that and nothing more. I remember I remember how we eventually learned that we were stronger together and that our hearts mattered more, even with the positive impact we would eventually bring to this society that had over time lost the whole essence and intention of love. I remember everything. I remember us going to different high schools and then colleges, fearing that our love would grow cold, but in time we learned that love was not dictated by space or even time, but was determined by its initial intention, which was nothing but its total purity and care. All this seems like yesterday, and now I understand that it is just that. Time never changes. It is only you and I who do. The same reason a child is born today, crawls, walks, grows older, and is soon gone from the face of the world, and all that is left of them at the moments they left in others' hearts. May I hence wish you pleasant nights, my sweet, beloved beauty, as I leave you this moment of beauty to enjoy of the space between us, filled with the brightening skies, the laser connection of our hearts, whether physically or separated. But let each time you stare into the open blueness above remind you that my love for you is as pure as the clear blue skies you behold. Now until the next time I hear from you, and praying that the mailman quickly reaches you, my sweet and tender beloved beauty, will you please stay blessed and stay safe. It's your true and sincere love, Paper, the Sketches of Life.